Oh, you could have kept going on. Like, it's not like that personal to where I'm like, I don't want nobody to know.
Man, fuck you. You're giving me anxiety attack with all this shit.
No, I can't talk to nobody. That's why I'm in my situation.
It's not that you can't talk to nobody. Ain't nobody want to talk to your ass.
Exactly. Well, fuck y'all. That's why I do a podcast. It doesn't matter if you listen. I just get the shit out. Fuck you.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to Modesty for Ugly People. It's your boy, Big Daddy Dominic Covers. Of course. Joining me, Mike, what had happened was Marrera. What's going on, man?
Shit.
Can't talk nobody, Marrera.
Ain't nobody give a damn about me, Marrera.
I know, but when you need shit moved,
I know.
who the fuck do you call first?
I'm telling you, man.
People are, yeah, but they're pretty, I guess you'd say ass backwards.
Yeah.
Because of that shit.
Yeah, like with everything, not just, just
Yeah.
there's you think that they have the same mindset as you, but in the end it's like,
Dude, that's so funny you say that. Like, I'll make a terrible businessman. Like, I know I would. Like, if I had the money and the ideas, I would fund it and I would, hire people through a, pretty good background check or whatever. It's like, whatever.
Mhm.
And I'd get them to do it. You know what I mean? I'll get them to do it. And I'd be like, so what's going on? Like, is this working? I'd do the kind of the meeting thing. But yeah, as far as being like the guy that was controlling everything, trying to, I guess, micromanage, I guess.
yeah.
I'm terrible at that. I forgot where I was going with that. I kind of forgot. I got lost there. Damn it.
Early stages of Alzheimer's.
Oh, that's scary.
No, but
Oh, no. Okay. So I think I got it. Where like their mentality is not your mentality.
Yeah.
Oh, so yeah. Let's say if I had a product though, and it was mine, and I sold it, I would sell it just for a few dollars more than what I put into it, like what it's actually valued at. Like, but what I'm selling at is totally different. Yeah, because I know people are broke and they're dead, but they need or want my stuff. Whatever the product is, and it's like, yeah, man, I want everybody to afford this. Well, you ain't gonna be rich either. You know what I mean? So that's the kind of mentality I have. Except for there are business people that pay. They charge like
Like
1,000%. What do you mean? What?
like Tesla, he pretty much Tesla wanted to give everybody free
Oh
energy.
yeah. And all of a sudden,
Free energy, and then everybody was like, okay, where are we gonna, Tesla was like, oh, we're gonna set everything up like this. And they're like, okay, where are we gonna put the monitors or like the machines to, pretty much,
do this free energy thing.
yeah, or not do the free energy, but to charge people. Like, where are we gonna put the fucking, what do you call those?
ATM machine or
No,
dude, what?
I don't know, but like when they measure how much energy a person uses,
Okay.
where we're gonna put the
Like their
machines to charge
meter,
them.
the
the meters.
Like the
there you
meters.
go.
Yeah. Okay.
Why did I fucking brain fart
Man,
on that
it
shit?
was a
What
long
the
day
fuck?
today, son.
Yeah, long day. But anyways, he was like, "Where are we gonna put the meters?" And he's like, "What meters?" And like, to pretty much figure out how much everybody's using and
Yeah,
to
and
charge
charge 'em,
them.
yeah.
And he was like, "I want to do this shit for free
Yeah.
for people." And
Yeah.
and do you think everybody's on the board
Yeah.
with you because your idea? But no,
Nah,
it's,
they're not.
they're in it for a different reason.
Dude, the minute someone and I get it, but the minute someone starts touching your wallet, or your family or something like that, you get extremely defensive, And it's like, I don't want to get political here, but there were times where I was like, "Yay, Mr. President," because they're giving me money, and I turn away. I'm like, "All right, cool, thanks." Or, "No, hey, what are you doing, Mr. President? You're taking money out of my shit." But that was pretty much the only time I kind of paid attention. You know what I mean? It was only because it was only affecting my wallet, and I was just like, like what? George Bush gave us free money, right? He gave us just like $600 or something like that, or I don't know how much money, but yeah, he gave us just like that as a parting gift. Like, all right, goodbye. I'm sorry I did those things, but here's some money. Left on a good note, or tried to at least. Then he started dancing at a funeral. I was like, ooh, or memorial, right?
Yeah.
And he started dancing. It's like, George. Like, what was his wife like grabbing his hand and then crushing it as he's doing it, as he's doing his little I'd be like, Colleen would be like, fucking stop.
But yeah, man, like it's crazy.
Yeah.
Like people don't have the same mindset as you.
And at the same time, it's a good thing too. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, everybody should have some cool free stuff, or yeah, everybody should enjoy stuff that I enjoy or whatever. But yeah. But like businesses would fail, and you know what I mean? Like, I couldn't get anything going. I could keep it wherever it was at. You know what I mean? But as far as improvement for whatever.
Well, yeah, like I feel like I came up with an idea and all that stuff. Like you said, you would have this person work on it, and you know, this person promote it, and this person. So it's like I can come up with the idea, but actually doing like the promotion and you know, the whole like organizing everything. I think I don't know. I'd fall short. Like I feel like.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So sometimes you'd care way too fucking much, or there's other times where you just don't give two shits, but it has to be done, kind of thing. Yeah, I don't know. Like, yeah, but dude, let me tell you something. I met this guy this weekend. Like, as I was going home, I dropped something off at his shop, just for you know, a favor from my work. But then I was going home early anyway, so after that I left. But I met him, and that guy kind of. I won't go so far as to say he opened my eyes, man, because he didn't. But it allowed me to kind of open my mind a little more on like these elections and stuff like that. Saying some pretty borderline conspiracy theory stuff, like nothing super crazy, but it's nothing crazy and like, oh, that was a hoax and this and this. The stuff he was saying, you can actually find it. You know what I mean? Like it's documented, like all these crazy things that like, you know, politicians do. And, you know, he's like, I'm with Trump. I knew Trump. You know, I was going to vote for him for like a year ago. And I was like, wow, okay, that's cool, you know. But I never met such an avid Trump, what's the word? Like
Supporter?
Supporter, yeah. But he was intelligent about it. I mean, please, everybody don't jump on me like, how? What do you say? What do you say? I don't remember. What I did this morning. But, like, he was saying some cool things that wasn't over the line. And he was, you know, he was like, I'm not saying... it's my opinion because all I'm telling you, it's fact. You can actually go and read the shit I'm going, you know, what all these other crazy politicians are doing.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right, cool. But like his reality was not my reality. You know what I mean? And our perception, maybe because he had a different perception because he's older, a little more wiser, maybe. I mean, older doesn't necessarily mean wiser, but it could go down similar roads, you know, or parallel.
I always like hearing somebody's side. I mean, like, regardless, you know where I stand on voting and all that bull. But it's always good to hear certain facts because you got a lot of people that were like when, you know, Bernie Sanders was still in it.
Feel
like,
the burn.
Yeah, they were like all like about supporting him. But when somebody actually said, hey, why are you supporting him? They couldn't say why.
Yeah.
You know, and then you got, you know, Trump supporters, you know, some of them, why are you supporting Trump? But they couldn't explain the exact points.
Yeah,
you
make
know?
America great again.
Yeah,
like
and
how?
it's like, keep the Mexicans and build the wall. It's like, what? Like, that is not, like, that's what made America great was giving these people, you know, these foreigners, like, you know, like, opportunities to come here and live a better life than they did, you know, in their own country.
Yeah, you know, it's crazy. Like the Irish were here, and I think they were thought of as like how I guess you would say the typical person saw someone from TJ here. You know what I mean? Like the Irish way back in the day when immigration was going on. Yeah, they were treated
Irish
like
were slaves.
Yeah, they were treated like shit.
But the only thing that's different between, you know, like other slaves and, you know, Irish slaves, they fought for their rights and everything, and they
didn't they enlist them too?
Yeah, you know, and I don't know, they fought for their, you know, right to stay here, be here, and you know, and
but I mean, back to whatever. But yeah, he was just like, read it up and do this, and I was like, oh, it was really, really cool. But like, he asked me, he was like, so God, what was the exact thing? But basically, he was like, "Have you ever been, had a reality check like recently?"
Oh yeah.
And I was like, "Oh yeah, I get reality checks quite at least once a month, and sometimes if I'm lucky, twice. But I do Brazilian jiu-jitsu, not as often, but like I said, I go about once a month." And I'm like, that is an extreme reality check for me. You know what I mean? It's like you have this mental image of oneself, you, me, anybody. Like, there's always that situation where it'll be like, it'll be sketchy, but we'll come out on top.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I kick that dude, I kick that. Oh, I might have a hard time, but I think I can win. Like, every guy thinks that, like I can pull that chick if I wanted to. I can kick that guy's ass if I wanted to, all because I'm me. And that's not. I mean, it could be true if you're, fucking Jean-Claude Van Damme. Beat your ass. But no, it's not my reality. And I'm like, oh, there's something sketchy. Okay, hey, bar tab. Like, now, here, now, please. I want to go, fuck it, leave my card there,
Yeah.
Like, I'm one of those kind of guys. Now, fuck, I can kick that dude's ass because I get beat up by people half my size. In Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. That's an extreme reality check. I have no fucking image of, I can kick that dude there. No. There's none in this cranium here. All because I do Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Now, I don't know what his experience is, whatever. He's a good dude. Like, I don't have anything bad to say about him, but I'm not going to say he's a friend or anything. He's just a friend of the company, and we're cool.
Yeah.
Very interesting, though, man. Like, but yeah, like, the reality check. I get mine, you know what I mean? And a lot of people should. Or like today, we met someone that could have been put in check. You know what I mean? And I was
easy.
like, yeah, super easy. And I was like, okay, you need to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
People just need to stay humble.
See, but how though? Like, if no one's telling them to say that, you know what I'm saying? Like, I get humbled all the time. My parents humbled me. My older brothers humbled me. My friends, it's like, damn.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard for like people like us. We've been checked. We had that reality check.
Oh yeah.
To where we know to be humble.
Yeah.
But just people that haven't, and if I mean, everybody's gonna be like, oh, I had a reality check, but really hasn't.
Yeah.
Like just heed the words of people that actually have.
Mm-hmm.
If you know that you haven't like you're cocky. Like I know a lot of people that are really cocky.
Yeah.
And it's just like, man, I don't think you had your ass beat yet. Because you know what I mean?
That's such a good, like, I don't
like,
think you've ever been punched a day in your life.
Yeah, like you talk so much, and I'm like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I totally get it. I get it.
Let it be somebody just out in the streets, because I have like family members.
Yeah.
That they talk shit. And me and you, we talk shit.
Yeah, we talk a lot of trash.
They see me, I talk shit. And it's
fun.
funny.
It's fun.
It's just, I'm just having fun.
Yeah, let me and
in
you
reality
be in a fucking bar and a big dude comes in with a goofy ass eye. We'd be like, that's a handsome man.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, but we can bullshit between each other and clown each other. And I know I can clown you to an extent. You can clown me to an extent.
Yeah.
But when we're out on the street, it's like we can clown other dudes, but only we're like, like we can't push that friend level like that me and you have.
Right, yeah.
And I got, family members and friends that I'm just like, if you were talking to anybody else,
yeah, exactly,
you'd probably get rocked, like straight up. You have no idea.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you this, and you like whatever. I'm like, all right. I'm gonna just let you do you, because you just haven't had that fucking like
that fist to
that
your
one hitter quitter.
Yeah.
And then you're just like, oh, well shit.
And some punches, like not even like really gangster ass club punches, like not even those. Just a quick little like street fight kind of scuffle in a right
like
on
a
the
jab
beak.
to
Yeah, a little bit of a jab to the beaker is even to make you just blink really fucking fast.
Which one of y'all hit me?
So yeah, even one of those to be like, whoa, shit, I didn't see that coming. And if I did see it coming, I did not react the way I thought I would fucking react
exactly.
to
It's like
something that'll hurt me.
Talk so much shit. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this. When it happens, it's like,
no, this is when people talk shit. They be like, "What I'm gonna do to you is not good."
You know what
when
I'm saying?
people start
That's
to do this,
the Kevin Hart clap.
when they start, because I've seen this happen when They just do. They shake their hand, and people just start clapping. I go, you have never done this before. You do not see professional boxers going, it's round 2. I'm going to kick you.
Yeah, they just go into it.
Do this. And I understand maybe they can't harness all that adrenaline and all, just all these just crazy endorphins going through your head. Like, okay, there is a fight. There's a thing in the human body called a fight or flight. It's the same situations. Me and you, we're at a bar. Some sketchy dude comes in. Check. Me and you, we're like, nah, we're good. We're out of here. We don't want to stick around for that fucking that train wreck.
Call us bitches or whatever. We just know.
I like going home to my wife and kids. It's great.
Call us
great.
Fucking knowledgeable and wise.
Sure, yeah. See, but there's other people that have that fight one. They're like, yeah, I don't care. He say something to me. I'm gonna just take off on him. Like those people. And yeah, because it's either I don't know. I can't speak for the guy that's ready to fight. You know what I mean? I've never been that guy.
Some people just ain't got shit to lose, and
that's kind of scary, man.
But in actuality, if you think about it, people that don't have shit to lose, they had the reality check.
Oh yeah, I guess so.
Like they're just like, you know what? Psh, fuck it.
Yeah.
But those people that just talk so much shit and they're like, I've never gotten into a fight ever in my life. I talk a lot of shit. Luckily, I played the bluff card.
Pretty good, huh?
Yeah, pretty good. On point.
That's your ace up the sleeve,
yeah,
man. That's awesome, man. I don't even have that.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I do? I have that goofball aura. Call that a trait. You got the puff chest, the gorilla thing, and you have it down very well. I got this dude's starting to talk a little too much. I'm not getting upset. I need to almost kind of like shit on myself, so he'd be like, yeah, I told him, and he walked away like a bitch. It's like you kind of just like, look over here, but then you're jabbing with your left, like look at my jab, but then you come with the straight right. But it's like it's just all deception, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's what I do. I just put up a smoke screen, right? Because I am I have a little dick too. All right, man, I can't catch you later. You know what I mean? I'm like, I'm out of here. Like it's gonna get funky quick, and I need to get out of here.
You just gotta pick your battles.
I don't want to pick any of them. What did you not just hear what I said? I'm not a battling motherfucker, man. I leave. And that's my reality. That's like I had that done to me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's like I don't like violence.
Yeah, and you know me, like I used to be the one to pop off, and I'm like, and even like I've had the reality check where people that truly love me and have my back, they're like, Mike, you ain't the biggest motherfucker.
Yeah, man.
You may look like a fucking pit bull
Yeah.
or whatever. You got that funk face, like
Yeah.
Like what the fuck you looking at? But in actuality, you ain't the biggest dude,
Yeah.
and
We ain't the baddest dudes either.
And I've always kept that with me, like and I've kept that in mind. I'm like, yeah, that's true.
Oh, you want to hear a funny story that just kind of popped in my head? I think about it once in a while, but we used to party with our friend Raymond, the gold collector McLady. He's been a guest on the show, so you like that. The broker. He's been, we've partied with him forever. Rich, we got all that. And we would party with Ray's like roommates' friends, so it'd be like one big old non-official fraternity there. We seen each other every Friday and Saturday night. There was always one guy. Yeah, religiously. There was this one dude. He was a cool guy. Like I literally have nothing bad to say about this dude. From what I remember of him, he's always, hey, Dom, how you doing? He wasn't super, hey, man, like Trev and them were. But he was like, hey, Dom, very cordial. And that was cool. And that's how I knew our relationship was going to be. Couple jokes, cordial. How's it going? All right, let's get out of here. Let's go party and stuff. One night, it was something about a fight. A fight happened like the day before, day after, something like that. And basically, long story short, the guy goes, I don't fight because I'm afraid of what I'm gonna do to what I could do to them. And we're like, what do you mean? Like, what? I don't get it. What do you mean? Like, yeah,
like you're gonna call the cops?
Yeah, well, we don't. I was truly like, what? And he was like, yeah, I'm afraid of what I'm gonna do to them. And it's like, well, what do you mean? Well, I've taken X amount of karate. I've done this, and I know how to hurt people.
That's so funny.
And look, hey, I don't know that that guy could have been afraid of all of us and was like, "Oh shit! If shit goes down, we
I'ma
are
just
very
put that
outnumbered."
persona.
Yeah, and so he kind of put the I know
Crazy.
I'm with it. And hey, look, hey, he called my bluff, or if he did, you know what I'm saying? I was like, fold. Like I don't. If he even kind of knows something, I am screwed because I know nothing, not even kind of something. So yeah, he was just like, oh, I'm afraid of what I'm gonna do to someone. And look, he could have been the baddest motherfucking Navy SEAL undercover 007 shit, and I didn't even know it.
I
He was
just
trying
feel
to help me.
I just feel guys like that have to say that are the ones that are like, dude, you're a fucking pussy. Like guys that have to say, I don't know what I'm gonna do, but I'm gonna do.
I see red,
Yeah,
man.
you know,
I see red.
'cause I had
man.
a coworker. This one dude named Walter at my last job, and yeah, I'm throwing his name out because he's a fucking
Oh, your last
square.
job. Oh, okay.
Yeah, my last job.
Yeah, okay. That's
And it
fine.
was just fucking funny because like we were talking about, like he was talking about somebody trespassing on his like, property or whatever, and he goes, "Oh, if I was there or whatever, I guess he wasn't there, but he was like, if I was there, I'd so fucking like, like." Whoop his ass or something to that effect. And I was like, for real, Walter. I was like, you fight, like you get down.
Yeah.
But he's like, who can I fucking put him as? Like he's like who's the
Mike?
the next door neighbor from Boy Meets World? The principal.
Oh, Feeney.
Yeah, he's like a Mr. Feeney. He's like he's very knowledgeable.
Yeah.
But in that aspect of like actually getting down, I'm like, dude, you do not look like you can get down at all.
But
like,
that's the guys that fucking
it's just
scrap, dude.
But he like makes it a point that he was like,
Yeah.
if I would have got a hold of him, he would not be alive right now. Like, and I'm like,
hey, but tell me, Mr. Feeney didn't look like a fucking psychopath if he really
yeah, but
wanted.
Mr. Feeney also didn't run around like saying that he was gonna murder fools if they trespassed on
that's
on his
true.
property. He'd fucking spit some knowledge, make them
Yeah.
think about what they're doing, and then they'll be like, But
Yeah.
this guy was just constantly like, when any situation about like fights or like confrontation comes up, he would always be the first to like say, like that dude.
Yeah.
I don't get into fights because I don't know. I don't want like it's just funny. I don't know what I'm gonna do to him. It's like that's fucking. Okay.
And you know what? Like, and you hear it that like mixed martial artists, like professional ones that you see on TV, they're the nicest guys. They took pictures with us. They were really friendly. They took 5 minutes to talk to me, even though they were holding like 1 million bags. They were talking to me, and they're the nicest guys.
Yeah, and
they're the baddest motherfuckers on planet.
and those are the type of dudes that like when you get into a confrontation, it's like, dude,
Yeah.
you know what? Just let's forget this happened.
Yeah,
like,
man,
you
please.
go your way, I'm gonna go
Yeah.
my way, and that's how you know. If somebody says that shit to me, I'd be like, yeah, you're right. I'm just go this way, you go that way. I'll see you tomorrow, or I'll see you never.
Yeah.
because I don't want to see you.
Yeah.
But somebody that's like, dude, you better step off before something goes down. And me, I'm like, oh, all right, okay, because fucking people put on that persona like.
I think it's so funny. Like, look, I'm not a tough dude. Yeah, I've done martial arts, a little bit of martial arts, to know a little more than the average cat. You know what I'm saying? And so on the average, I could probably win a fight. Now, obviously, if the physical attributes take into consideration for both he and her or I. But I'm like, come on, son, you can't be winning all of them talking like that. Because like you watch The Ultimate Fighter, and there's a dude, he's like, I have over 900 unsanctioned victories. I'm like,
that YouTube dude.
Well, no, not just no. He was on The Ultimate Fighter, the reality show. I'm like, what? 900? Wow, that's impressive, man. How old are you? 22. Wow. That must have been, you came out the womb scrapping. You know what I'm saying? It's like, shit.
Came out with fucking Muay Thai shorts. And
guess what? He was like, yeah, his first fight, like even if it's not on the records, but it's on TV, comes out, real low stance, and talking all this shit. I have under 900 fight. We're going ding, ding. Oh, he's going to go, wham! sleep. That dude went straight out. And he was like, that's why I said I was going to lose. I said if someone's going to beat me, they have to knock me out. And, they did. I was like, not only did they knock you out, they fucking slept you in 4 or 5 seconds, though. You know what I mean? Like,
you didn't even
what kind of Street Fighter gets slept in 4 or 5 seconds?
Exactly.
And it's like, not you. Or, yeah, whatever.
Yeah,
you. know what I'm saying? yeah, you, I guess.
But yeah, man, it's crazy.
Yeah, perception of reality is pretty crazy.
Yeah, I'm 28, but I got like 30 years of experience. Excuse me?
Oh, my God.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like 30 years. How old are you? 28.
Yeah. Yeah, you got to carry. I mean, because carry the two. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Oh man, you got to tell me what that font is too. But I like. That's why I love Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu for my fucking loud mouth, man. You know what I mean? Like I think I told my wife just recently. I said, hey, I'm kind of liking this new Dominic. She's like, what? I'm like, I say what's on my mind and I just tell the honest to God truth. She goes, honey, you've always been like that. What are you talking about?
Yeah,
and I was like,
you
what?
always.
It was such a weird thing to hear someone say you've always been honest, because in my own head, I'm lying constantly. But it's just, I'm like, well, I'm not lying.
I'm a second that he does lie a lot.
No, but like if someone says something and I just go, well, bleh, and it just comes out and people, you know what I mean? They kind of like, well, that's just Dominic. Dominic says stuff like that. I'm like, oh, do I? Like, do I? And so I'm like, I should have lied. You know what I should have said? I should have said, oh, well, yes, this food tastes awesome. And I'm like, yeah, no, it was not as good as my mom's, but it was, I ate it.
Don't you hate that when you like blurt something out and you're like, I should have went.
Shit. And then it haunts you for 28 years.
Yeah, like, damn, I should have said something
Oh,
else.
man, you know how many fake arguments I done won? Every single one of them, son. Because it went over after I lost all of them. And then I'm in the shower like, no, you know what? Shit, Mike, I don't want to tonight, all right? Should have been saying that, except for I lost, and that's why it repeats in my head now.
Yeah, I've always like, and not just, in arguments, but just even meeting like somebody or like just saying the wrong thing, and you're just like,
yeah, nice to meet you. Good to hello. It's like, shit.
No, because there's this one thing that plays over my head.
Uh-oh.
No. It's something small, but in my head, it was big because I was coaching Mighty Mike football or whatever, and we won our game. And, this was a really hard team, so we thought we were going to lose. Like,
okay.
The coaches, anyway. We thought we were going to lose, but we fucking won. We whooped their
right on.
ass,
Congratulations.
And we were like, oh, shit. So, we give the kids their snacks or whatever, and we give them the good job speech. And they put me up, and me, like, I can talk on the mic.
That's why Big Daddy is. Mike, I got it, Mike.
Like, on the mic or whatever, when we're doing our thing, is like there's nobody listening. I mean, like, here.
Yeah.
So I can talk, and then I'll just deal with whoever's listening out there.
Because you have time to prep. You know what I'm saying? You got a bunch of time to prep.
I was more of the quiet coach. Like, I would talk to the boys on the field and at practice, but I talked to the parents, but I never really said a speech or whatever. So they, like, the regular coaches said their thing, they said their piece, and then they looked at me and they were like, Mike, you got anything to say? And I was like, and I didn't want to be a douchebag and not say anything, but it came out horrible. I was like, you guys did good job. And brothers. We were brothers. And dude, I swear to God, I felt all the eyes looking at me and then looking at like amongst each other.
No.
And they were just like, what the fuck did he just say? And I got into the car and I was like, that did not go. Because it was, I stuttered.
Yeah.
My sentences weren't even full. I was just like,
when you take
good job, brothers. We are
friends.
Brothers.
Friends we are. Good one. Friends.
Job was good. The job was good. Good.
And good job. just in case I didn't get that across.
But it was just like, it replays over my head because I'm like, man, that was a moment where you were supposed to shine and be like, dude, Mike's a good coach.
You brought
because I was a good, a lot of people were like, you're a good coach. I like how you are with the boys. You know, because I was very cool with them.
Yeah.
You know, I let the dick coaches be like, "Yeah, get down and give me 20."
Yeah.
I was more like, "Come on,
The
you can
mother
do it.
nurturing
You got
kind.
this. You got this." You know what I'm saying? It ain't gonna hurt. And then when
Suckle
they
off
did
the teat. of
and
Mike
when they
Pereira.
did their drill or whatever and they
Mhm.
completed it, I'd be like, "See, that wasn't that hard." And they'd be like, "Thanks, Coach Mike." You know, and I was like, but that speech deleted everything that I've put forth. I was like, "Oh my god!"
I believe in you, but I don't believe in myself.
Like that fucking meme or that GIF where Homer's backing into the bush.
Oh yeah. Oh,
That's what I wanted to do in life
Yeah.
that day. It was just like,
I would
shit
have
does not-
faked the injury. I would have just
hamstring.
Crap.
They're like-
It's crap. Woo, we need a banana. But
You're just standing there.
see now that we have time to think about it, we
Yeah,
should have pulled.
but
a
I just repeat what I
Take-
could have said.
like Brian Regan said, take luck.
But I always think of what I could have said, and it would have been way more inspiring than brothers. Yeah.
Victory. Cats and dogs.
You know
Dude,
how
there's-
cats and dogs don't like each other. We're not them.
So-
We're not them.
when victory.
Good job. Clap it up.
Yeah. Let's hear it. Come on, I don't feel it. All right, yeah, coach. Dude, no, public speeches and all that
Yeah,
has
dude.
never been a
saying
problem for me.
Our little cheer before we go on field would have been better than what the hell I said. I'm
Oh,
just
dude,
saying.
that would have been. You'd have been, yeah, one more time, like one more time.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, you're right. That would have been way.
Yeah, because our motto was like one team, one mission, and before we, how we
That
used
is, see that, and you
Yeah,
drop the
exactly,
motherfucking mic right there.
exactly.
One team.
exactly
Pause. Long pause.
one mission.
One mission. You see how
No,
I did
well,
that with
because
motion?
I would yell one team, and all the kids would
Oh.
say one mission.
not very
So it was like a back and forth thing, and I was like, I could have just ended with that. They had like their
One team
mo-
just kicked the dropped the mic, the imaginary
Exactly, and
mic,
walked off like a
metaphorical
motherfucking
mic
G.
in
But
your
no.
car, left your kid there,
But
the
no.
Levalen, and all that, just back up, make it just trip around the block, son.
yeah,
Yeah.
shit that just doesn't come out right.
Like even you're macking on some chick or something like that. Never had that kind of game.
Oh, man.
I've always been me. Well, no, not really. But now when I'm an adult, I'm always trying to be me as best I could.
And it's funny. It was just simple as that. In high school, or when you were like back in the day when you were trying to like mac with a girl or just get at a girl, it was just like, oh my god! In your head, you're like, what do I say? What do I say? What do I say? What do I
Yeah,
say?
you-
But now that you know, like,
What's the worst?
just be your fucking self.
That
If you
makes
crash
more.
and burn, so the fuck what?
Yeah.
So what?
There's none of that. I should have said this. Should have said that. It's just like, oh, that I could have said a couple things better, I guess. But
Yeah.
at least that was me. You always have that safety blanket to go on. Well, and that's why, like, I think I get away with saying a lot of mean shit to people. Like the first time I ever meet them, like, the fuck is that shirt? Goddamn, was there? You took out the donation box, bitch. I'll say something like that, and I didn't even shake the dude's hand yet. I'm like, oh, dumb, like you know what I mean? Like you
Only
fucking
that one
idiot.
guy
but
at
I'm like,
that one
hey.
party, the one we were telling, you gotta hang out with him at
Oh
least 3
yeah,
times.
yeah, like at least
to-
yeah.
to
And then
like
he was
him or
like,
not.
yeah, this is my first. So like he
Yeah.
made a funny joke, and that's kind of ice breaking.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, no, it was good.
But it's
Yeah.
funny because you can say something rude to somebody and they're just like,
Ha!
but me, if I say something rude, they're like,
Bang.
fuck that guy. I want to fucking fuck him up. And I'm like,
No. See, here's the reality. I could say something mean, and then everyone just thinks I'm a joker. You could say something extremely nice, and you're like, "Oh, I'm a fucking bitch, a sarcastic asshole."
I'll be like, dude, I said I like your shirt.
Yeah, he's like,
the fuck?
"What the fuck you gotta prove, man? I don't like it." Oh man, you know what I'm saying? Like, I could be super mean, and people like me for it. You genuinely like to know how people are, and you're like, "Dude, that's what's up," and you are encouraging, but like, there's like. Man, he has an agenda. What the fuck's he want? You know what I mean? He gonna hit me up? It's like, well, he just said the nicest thing to you.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know. Fuckers. I didn't do nothing.
You always doing something, man. You always just you look at people wrong too. Have you ever been like, has somebody ever what? And I was like, What?
Oh,
Excuse me?
did I ever tell you about that time I was at the light and this black dude, and I say black dude.
Why you gotta be black, man? He's just
Oh
gonna
yeah,
be a
it
dude.
was on the last podcast with AJ, where dude like looked at me, and I looked at him, but I had my shades on.
Yeah.
And I looked at him, but I looked back, and then I looked in his general direction.
Yeah.
Because I was just scoping the scene or whatever.
Yeah, just looking.
And yeah, he just like mean mugs me, and then like we both stop at his light. He rolls down his window, and like I said, he didn't have automatic, so he reaches over, and rolls down his window.
See, but I would have rolled my window up. So,
No.
so it'd be like
My window was down, and I honestly like people that like do that. I'm thinking they're gonna ask a question.
Dude, yeah, directions.
Yeah, and he fucking like just was like, "What?" Like, you know, I was like, "Oh," and he was like, "What?" And I was like, "Oh, I thought you were gonna ask me a question," and he was like, "Do you have a question?" I was like, "No, do you?" but I'm really trying to
Like-
understand what's going on here. I'm like, I didn't.
Yeah, your
but,
blonde
yeah.
wig was on.
And it was just it's.
No, see, because here is a great perception of my reality. So I'm into this Pokemon Go game. Like, not hardcore, but probably harder than a lot of people.
We're
I
fucking
bet you, because I
hardcore.
hit level 21, I bet you $1 million people tapped out at level 20, maybe even 18, you know what I mean? But I'm in it, you know what I mean? It's bringing back a lot of childhood memories. It's getting me out in the sun. It's making me walk a lot of miles, okay? Now, that's fun to me, and that's cool. I kind of forgot where I was going with that again.
Deception of
Oh, yeah. So I'm at the park and I'm at the lake doing my normal routine. This dude is older gentleman. Obviously, he's in his 50s, mid-50s to late 50s, riding a Razor scooter. And he's riding. Everything's good. Boom! Just hear a big crash. And I go, and I'm catching something at the time. And I looked, I was like, 1 minute, man. Just a couple more throws, man. I'll check on you real quick. So I go, oh shit, and I don't jog over to him, but I start walking. I was like, "Are you okay?" "What? Are you okay? Do you think if I was okay, I'd be riding this shit?" And I was like, "All right." And I just kind of go back to Pokemon. I was like, all right, if that
What
dude,
the
like,
fuck?
I didn't know what that meant. Like, because he had a heavy, like, French accent. Like, it wasn't Mexican. It was, like, French or Italian.
It sounded
was,
Swedish, but all right. Your
no,
accent.
he said crikey. Shut the fuck up. And don't think we didn't let you off the hook that other fucking podcast, bitch.
That shit was fucking
No, so
funny.
he had some kind of
He's like,
European.
That's Australian.
Yeah,
I don't know. I'm obsessed with
yeah.
Australian accent. Fuck y'all.
Yeah. Mike was, he was just about to say crikey as I said, yeah, he's from France. Crikey.
Good on you, mate.
Oh man. So yeah, I didn't know what accent it was. So I'm like, maybe like his English isn't like, maybe he put a couple words backwards. Like, dude, like, I'm fine. Do you think I wouldn't be if I was riding? But I didn't get what he was saying, you know. And I'm like, oh, and so I thought he was kind of off a hostile. Like, what the fuck is your like? Get out of my business. That's how. In the quickness, I'm fucking trying to catch this fucking 300 Pidgey that keeps popping out of my goddamn balls, wasting my shit. And I'm like, I don't know if this Pidgey's worth it. Kabam! And I'm like, oh. Still trying to get the shit, but you know what I mean. I'm like, I don't know how I should take it, so I was like, all right, you're lucky I'm busy on this game, because you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying. I'm saying what I do.
I'm
to
afraid.
this motherfucker.
I'm afraid to get
about
into a
black
fight.
out and bodies drop, bitches.
Because I don't know what I'm gonna do to
Yeah,
him.
exactly. No, so I was just like, okay. Like, I genuinely don't know what I would do. That's what I'm saying. I was like, all right. I went back to it, and he goes, oh man, I'm sorry. No, thank you for checking on me. I appreciate that. And I was like, oh,
he came back.
yeah. So I guess he was trying to say, if I wasn't okay, like if I wasn't healthy, do you think I'd be riding around on a razor that I would fall on? You know what I mean? I think that's how he meant it. Like, do you think I would be if I was riding this shit? And I was like, yeah, all right. And then I went back. I was like, I need to walk away. You know, like, this is that fight or flight shit
I'm
kicked out.
trying
I
to
was like, I gotta get out of
understand
here.
what he would say.
I don't know what he was saying, but that was pretty much what he said. And I was like, okay, he doesn't know English well. And then all these like things, I'm like, I need to walk away. My alert was already going off, but for some reason I had to stay still and get that fucking Pokemon. And he walked and he kept going. He's like, oh no, I just you know,
Maybe he was on a mission and couldn't find nothing else but that razor. And he's like, fuck.
I don't know, man. But yeah, he was like, oh, thank you for checking on me. And I was like, oh yeah. And then I was like, whew. I don't know. That was just a weird incident. What's up with people and just thinking I'm just like, well, no, that's you. They
Dude,
think,
that's
hang around with
crazy.
you.
It's crazy because like you went to check on him,
Yeah.
and he gave like kind of an attitude, like what the fuck.
Well, maybe
But
he did or didn't. Like I don't know.
One time I saw this homeless dude, and I was
Was he
when I-
Black Mike? Is that what you wanted to say, Mike? I'm just kidding. See how
He was Australian.
no, but this Australian homeless dude.
So this dude was like, he was homeless, and it was like during the winter. I was living downtown at 12th and Imperial, and it gets really freaking cold in the winter.
Mm.
You know, I mean, it's San Diego.
How cold, but still, it's colder
But
than
still,
colder
like
than in our bedrooms.
That wind chill, like
Mhm.
it gets you. And all he had was basketball shorts and a like the undershirt, white tee.
Yeah, wife beaters. Yeah.
You know, but you could tell like he was cold because his arms were inside his jacket, and he was up against the wall.
Yeah.
You know, so the wind kind of like
Yeah,
passes.
so somewhat.
So I was like, "Fuck, dude! Like, I feel bad. Like, I can't imagine being in that situation. It must fucking suck because it's only 8 o'clock
At night.
You have to
man.
go through another 12 hours before it even starts to get warm.
Yeah.
You know, so I was just like, it just a bunch of just thoughts were going through my head, and I was like, fuck. So I went, up to my spot, and I was like, well, I have a jacket. I have extra pants that I never fucking wear. And I know it's gonna fit him because they were baggy pants, so
Yeah.
I never wear it. So I was like, you know what, fuck it. Grabbed the jacket, grabbed the shirt, grabbed the pants, went downstairs. I even gave him shoes because he was in like basketball slippers, but busted basketball slippers with no socks. So I get the whole 9. I go back down, and I go to him, and I'm like, hey man, I was like, here, take this jacket, take this, take this, because I know it's cold.
Yeah.
And he fucking rejected it.
What?
Like, he was just like, nah, I'm good. I'm like, are you sure? I was like, are you sure? I was like, it's cold, and I don't need this. He's like, nah, I'm good. Like, with an attitude.
Yeah.
And I was just like, in my head, I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Like, I came here to do a good deed.
Yeah.
And my cousin was like, well, people in that situation that have been in that situation, they're so prideful that they don't want
they're
it.
fucking
Yeah,
there.
they don't want it. Yeah, exactly. In my mind, it's like, this is why you're here, because you're so fucking prideful. You won't take simple handout.
Yeah.
But she was like, yes, they're just stuck in their way, and sometimes it is embarrassing.
Yeah.
And they kind of like just want to be, oh no, I'm good.
Yeah.
But I took it as like, damn, I'm trying to do something nice. I'm
Yeah.
trying to help you out and check on you.
Man.
You know,
No, I get it. I mean, I don't get it, but you know what? I've seen like something similar to that, and we were coming home. This was when I was real young, coming home from the club. I'm walking to the car or the taxi, whatever it was, or just walking to go get something to eat, and I seen a guy helping a homeless dude. And I don't know if the guy was rejecting it or he was dead or maybe just in deep sleep. He was like, hey, and I heard him kind of talking. I was like, here, well, look, I'm just going to leave this food for you. I'm just going to leave it right here, okay? And he just walked off. And I was like, what a cool thing. Like, I don't know what happened. He may have rejected it or the guy might have been just asleep. But he was just like, here, I'm just going to leave it right here. You know what I mean? And it's like, that's like the first thing I thought of when you said it. It's like, well, all right, well, it's okay, but I'm just going to leave this right here.
and I thought of it like after the fact.
Yeah.
Like one of those
in the
I should
shower.
have done. And
Can't
I
get
thought-
away
I was
from
like,
Mike.
maybe I should have just, but I took it as like, damn, like I'm just trying to help you out.
Yeah.
You're gonna reject me, and it's cold. I'm like,
That's too bad, man.
yeah, it sucks, but I mean, damn, people
Yeah.
just.
And speaking of that, like when homeless people are kind of pride, and I'm not shitting on them, but I live next to a park, and I go Pokemon hunting and whatever, and there's a park next to my house, and it has some like 3 Pokestops, like all in the vicinity of 5 minutes. So if I start at one, I get whatever, but I see the same homeless people there, and one of them, or they all have cars, so I don't know if you'd call them homeless, but one of them has a fucking Nissan 350Z.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and it's very nice. I showed it to you earlier,
Yeah,
and it's
fucking
very
clean.
nice.
That
It
shit
is
clean. I was like Fast and Furious
It's
style.
yeah, tinted windows and everything. There's rims on it. Yet the dude is living in there, And he ain't no small guy from what I've seen. I mean, he's skinny, but he ain't small. He ain't he's
Living in your
short.
car is the worst.
Well, he's living in a 350Z. Now, if you have a busted vehicle and stuff like that, and you're like, there's another vehicle there that tapes, it's for its repairs, but it's like you can't really. I mean, it looks normal besides the tape. It's like tape is just on it to be on there. But it's like, okay, that's a homeless person that, you know, may have made a wrong decision or something like that. But one that has a 350Z and you're camping out in it, and it's like, what bad decisions? Well, obviously, you were doing something right.
Well, I mean, and I speak on it.
Well, that can't be just bad luck, though. You know what I'm saying?
Well, it's hard to explain. But like, it just you're in a bad situation, you know, like, and that's what you have instead of going to, you know, like try to burden somebody. Like, hey, you know, I'm in between homes right now, or in between. I'm just waiting for a certain point in time, so I can't get my you know place, my own place. I'm gonna have to sleep in my car, you know, like,
I get
and
that.
and you don't want to burden anybody just for that. I mean,
Well, there's that pride again.
it is pride, but also there's a lot of people out there that are like, oh, I got your back. But then when it comes down to it, it's like they make every excuse to oh man, you know what? The wife, or, you know, like, it's just not going to happen, you know, and you don't want to, like, it. Again, it's also embarrassing to even put that burden and intrude on somebody like that, you know, and then I don't know, it's just maybe he's going through like a little like a small, you know, like
just
gap.
a bad rough patch, and I wasn't down on the guy, but in my head I go, wow, yeah, it's a very nice vehicle, and you know the paint job's good, and the rims are good, and it's clean.
And then on top of that,
I'm like,
and
oh,
I'm
what?
thinking
what
like,
happened?
I was thinking maybe he could just trade that shit in, get a shittier car, and like continue on.
Yeah.
But then, like, maybe also, like, you know, because there's points in time where I was just like, you know what, maybe I should just fucking voluntarily repo my car. You know, that'll save me $300 a month. You know, and I can put that towards something else like rent, or, you know, something else that could help me. But then I'm like, then I wouldn't have a car, you know, and then I'm like already paying for it. So it's pretty much that last year that I paid for it was like, that money went to waste. That money was a waste.
Right,
you know?
yeah.
So maybe he's in that situation too.
Yeah,
like,
that's true.
Maybe he's like, you know, I would sell this car, but I put too much into it, so I might as well just continue on. Because you're also, I mean, at the same time, you're also like bettering your credit when you pay off that car.
Yeah.
You know, and continuing on.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
I mean,
you know, I didn't think of that, but
it's weird.
No,
to
it
have a
totally
fucking
is.
dope-ass
But dude,
car
when we
like
talk
that.
about two sides of the coin, I was just saying, like, what'd you do? It's like, well, hold on, man. Like, you know, so that was kind of cool. Anywho, I think that's good, right?
Yeah, it's a crazy, weird ending, but whatever.
Well, I mean, we can't just end like on something super crazy. It has to be crazy and weird, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it totally has to. All right, man. Do what you do, son. We're going to get a hold of us.
Yeah, get a hold of us at mod4up@gmail.com. Hit us up on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, iTunes. You can listen to us on iTunes, SoundCloud,
And YouTube.
and YouTube. Yes. We're trying to do more video.
Yeah,
we're gonna do more videos.
We're slowly gathering our equipment one by one, and it is coming. It's coming, guys. Just be patient. Y'all going to want to see all this.
As he points to his ears. Oh, man.
You know,
see
Mike,
more
you
stupid.
are talented because you said all that through that gap in your tooth without moving your lips.
Fuck you. Anyways, you'll see more dumb videos with us. Like, you know, we're goofy. You know, we sound goofy. We love to laugh.
Yeah, man, we're having such a good time.
Have fun.
Yeah. So mod4up@gmail.com. You know, hashtag mod4up anywhere. That's a somewhere. mod4up.
Yeah, man.
All right, man. Anything else?
Nope.
I'll catch you guys later.
Peace out.